Hey there, welcome back to Simply Economics. This video shall be diving deep into a crisis that's been simmering for years, but has recently boiled over. Yemen, a country ravaged by civil war, famine, and disease, seems to be on a one-way trip to rock bottom. But is there any hope left? Buckle up, because we're about to explore the depths of this humanitarian crisis, unpack the reasons behind it, and see if there's a light at the end of the tunnel. We shall break down the complexities of the Yemen crisis and ask the tough question, can this war-torn nation ever recover? A nation in turmoil. Yemen is a nation in crisis. A brutal civil war, a collapsing economy, and a devastating humanitarian situation have all pushed this country to the brink. But how did things get so bad? Let's rewind a bit. Yemen wasn't always synonymous with suffering. Its rich history dates back thousands of years. At the southern tip of the Arabian Peninsula, it was a key trade center along the spice route for centuries. Its strategic location made it a cultural crossroads, evident in its diverse architecture, music, and cuisine. However, beneath this prosperity were deep problems. Poverty, corruption, and lack of political participation plagued the country for decades. From hope to war, in 2011, the Arab Spring protests swept the Middle East, causing Yemeni frustrations to boil over. Long-standing grievances against President Ali Abdullah Saleh's regime led to mass demonstrations. After months of unrest and international pressure, Saleh stepped down in 2012. But the euphoria was short-lived. Power struggles quickly emerged. One key player was the Houthi movement, a Zaidi Shia Muslim group from northern Yemen, seeking greater autonomy due to marginalization by the central government. In 2015, the Houthis seized control of Yemen's capital, Sana'a, leading to a military intervention by a Saudi-led coalition aiming to restore the government. This escalated into a full-blown civil war, with the coalition launching bombings against Houthi targets and the Houthis retaliating with missile attacks on Saudi Arabia. The humanitarian catastrophe. The brutal conflict has devastated the Yemeni people. The UN estimates over 230,000 deaths from fighting, hunger, and disease. Millions more are injured, displaced, or face daily violence. Yemen's already fragile infrastructure is in ruins. Hospitals, schools, water plants, and power grids have been damaged or destroyed by airstrikes and shelling. Basic services are crippled, causing disease outbreaks. Cholera is common, and diphtheria, a preventable illness, has re-emerged. The situation for Yemeni children is critical, with over 12 million needing urgent aid. Malnutrition is widespread, hindering their growth and development. Many are orphaned or separated due to violence, and the trauma from years of war will have lasting effects. The looming famine and economic collapse. Yemen relies heavily on imports for essentials like food and medicine. However, the war has disrupted trade routes and crippled the economy, making these imports scarce and unaffordable. The UN estimates over 20 million Yemenis are food insecure, with millions on the brink of famine. Families face impossible choices. Yemen's economy is in freefall. The Yemeni rial has plummeted, making essential goods more expensive. The civil service payroll has collapsed, leaving many without income. Businesses have closed, and unemployment is widespread. The war has destroyed Yemen's infrastructure and its economic foundation. Rebuilding will need financial resources and a stable, secure environment. A glimmer of hope? The situation in Yemen remains bleak, but there is some hope. The UN is advocating for a negotiated settlement, and local truces provide relief for civilians. Efforts are ongoing, with renewed urgency from the international community to find a solution. However, these are just baby steps. Rebuilding Yemen's infrastructure, reviving the economy, and ensuring long-term food security will be monumental tasks. It will require ongoing international support, a lasting ceasefire, and, most importantly, a commitment from all parties to prioritize the needs of the Yemeni people. The world's responsibility. Yemen's future is uncertain, but its suffering has global implications. The crisis could foster extremism, disrupt trade routes, destabilize nearby countries with refugees, and potentially spark a wider regional war. The international community must pressure all conflict parties to negotiate. This includes targeted sanctions, diplomatic isolation, and suspending military aid. The UN and other organizations need resources to provide humanitarian aid and support long-term reconstruction. Beyond military intervention, a multifaceted approach. A purely military solution seems unlikely to end the conflict, so other avenues should be explored. Investing in diplomacy and peace building is crucial. Regional actors with influence can mediate while supporting civil society. and independent media can promote peace and hold all sides accountable for human rights abuses. Rebuilding Yemen will require a comprehensive and coordinated approach. The international community needs a long-term plan to address the immediate humanitarian crisis and the root causes of the conflict, such as poverty, inequality, and political marginalization. The situation in Yemen is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of war. It's a human tragedy that has unfolded in the shadows for far too long. We'll leave you with this thought. Yemen may be going from bad to worse, but with international cooperation and a true commitment to peace, there's still a chance to turn things around. Just like Yemen, want to know what happened to the US economy over the past decade? Just click the image on your screen. Thanks for watching. 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐿